This has to be one of the best creations I've seen in Space Engineers in the last couple of months easily. This is a recreation of the Frontier from Starfield. It's one of the main ships in-game, or the upcoming game, which is due to release very soon, and I am so excited for it. If you want to learn more about Starfield, check out the videos on my channel where we do deep dives into various gameplay aspects, the lore, and what's coming up in the game. But anyway, today we're here in Space Engineers as Allied Armor 32107, as they're called on Steam, has remade the Frontier from Starfield. It's approximately 1:1 scale based on the videos and images of the ship we have got currently available. Again, game's not released, so it's not going to be entirely accurate just yet, but it does give us a good idea of what we can expect from the ship in-game. There's no mods, meaning it can be vanilla. There are scripts included, there is DLC included, and there is subgrids, and you'll see why in some of the cinematics and when we play with it in just a second. Now, it's raw as an explorer ship. It can fly in atmospheres of 1.2 G, so you can take it to most planets in Space Engineers, keep that in mind. It's got a minor armament, it's got batteries and reactors powering it, but we are going to dive in and take a look. First up, let's go take a look at the exterior of the ship. Now, the ship does have a VTOL mode, and I'll show you this in just a second, but as you can gather, the side engines here can twist and turn, basically to give you extra thrust when you're up and about moving, and also it helps you land with a VTOL mode, landing on planets, something that's very important. This is a completely small grid ship as well, so keep it in mind as we zoom in here. These are small grid conveyor blocks here, and I'm loving use of the armor paneling here, also the armor blocks, sort of hide things away here. A lot of detail work has gone into the Frontier, and it looks beautiful. Just look at the armor that's up here as well, using the missile pods, but disguising away nicely, looks so cool. And on hinge blocks as well, just to create that sort of like different approach to it. It's really nice. I'm loving the look of this. The design we're here to create these extra fuel canisters. Again, in Starfield, you're going to want to carry that, which is really cool. Now, look at the VTOL engines over here. I'll show you how these work in just a second, but I'm loving the use of one of the thruster models over here to really make it and sort of give that NASA sort of style look. And obviously, that makes sense for Starfield in-game because it's meant to be a NASA-style organization, or Constellation is, but you know, they're sort of forgotten. We've got a boarding map here. We'll check out that in a second. We check out the rest of the interior. Landing gears are here as well. These do have mag locks on them, so you can push down a lock on a planet's surface, especially if you're landing on a rough surface as well. I've not locked them today just because it's a little bit difficult to do that, but you'll get the hang of it if you play with the ship just enough. So we can see here the name on the ship, Frontier NG1350. A lot of extra side thrusters, which could be RCS thrusters. I expect Allied Armor would use RCS thrusters here if they were in Space Engineers, but remember this is a vanilla creation, so they're not used just yet. Keep that in mind. We just have a connection pod back here as well. I think this is cargo, isn't it? What's inside? Yeah, it is cargo. I thought it was. Going back here, we do have a jump drive mounted in the complete rear of the ship. This is pretty cool. So the FTL drive here, hidden away, but also sort of exposed at the same time, and kind of fits the design of the ship. It looks right and makes sense. I do love the shape of the engine thrusters. These are also tilted as well. So we sort of zoom in here, you can see that on an angle using a giant hinge block, and it looks like it's using a sort of technical bit around here. Let's just dive in. So it's using a technical get around here, sort of link these blocks together. If I turn on my headlight, you can see how this is done. It's a good way of doing it because it sort of like creates this sort of slanted approach, because else you wouldn't really get that. You could probably design it on a big ship, but on these small scale grids, you really need to make use of hinges, sort of pull off that sort of design style there. But it looks really cool, and I love it. By the way, I forgot to point out, we are using pistons on the landing gears over here. They look very nice. Right, if we can focus on the back here, we've got a sort of section which looks like a heat reservoir, or heat radiator in a sense. So it could be used for, like, you know, exporting heat outside of a starship when in orbit. Again, sort of that sort of NASA style tech there of heat radiators and such. Going over the top, we do have a topside airlock as well, which is really cool for docking. We will look in here properly in a second, but we do have the inside of the ship. I don't think we've seen much of the interior of the Frontier yet, so something to keep in mind. Going over the top here again, we do have this armament here. Do we have Gatling guns? Oh, we've got an autocannon, haven't we? We've got one assault cannon here. There's actually two Gatlins somewhere. Did I miss where they are? Oh, we're on the side here. We're on the side of the cockpit. Okay. So we've got missiles on one side and autocannon on the other side. I do love the variation in weapons because in Starfield, you can fully customize your starships, including a Frontier, sort of make it your own. So you can decide what armament you're going to have on the ship. Okay, so we're jumping and exploring on foot right now. Let's go and take a look inside the ship. So the ramp does actually automatically deploy here as well. I think I can show you if we press this button. There you go, ramp goes away, and I love this, to be fair. I really want to use this on more ships. Subgrids are obviously easier said than done in Space Engineers sometimes. Now raining in the world. Oh no, we've got to turn the rain off. Okay, I've turned the rain off in world. We can get back to work now. So we can hop in here. Obviously, if you lock the landing gears down a bit more, you probably could immediately walk into it, but I'm sort of jumping into it. Here we've got our first sort of airlock base, so we can close this. Very nice. There you go. I've switched my field of view back now so you can actually see a bit more of the inside as we're journeying around it here. So I presume this opens the airlock. Yep, that does. We can close that one again. Does that lower the ramp? Oh, it does. Okay, so the door will be closed. Like that, and you can sort of see it lower. That's really cool. So if I did this, Oh, very nice. That's really cool. And then we can close it again. The door does close a bit too quickly. I'd set up like a maybe delay there, so the door closes a bit slower. I love the armor rack over here, so you can sort of like have access to weapons, small cargo container access. I'm not sure if this is all wired up, but you've got like little cargo area access there. I'm loving the use of these blocks as well. This was most recently added in the automations update for Space Engineers. These sort of hatches and display things you can access there and play around with. Just has a bit more playability to the ship here. Using a railing as well, this is looking really, really nice. I'm loving the use of that. Right, so we've got a storage area back here as well. Another little hatch to sort of like check in on. There we go. We've got cargo area, very nice. Extra storage. Fuel tanks up here, I'm guessing, or just pipes in general. More storage. So I guess you can just store stuff in here if you want to. This should have access to the main cargo area, I'd imagine. It's probably, yeah, it's piped up top there. Cool, so you've got, again, a bit more survival gameplay in here. Right, now we need to climb the ladder, so let's go up here. See, we're climbing up in Space Engineers. There we go. If I hop off here, oh, there we go. Back in player mode, we sort of got our crew area. So in Starfield, you can sort of like crew your starships and get people to play on them for you. Not actual players, unfortunately, but NPCs. Well, there's a Sablewood plushie here. I forgot to order one of those when they were on sale. I'm really disappointed. I need one at some point. If anyone wants to sell me one, let me know. Because I've got the engineer plushie. Maybe we should make one of those. Make like a salvage plushie. That would be kind of fun. Right, let's take a look around. So we've got medical area back here. Nothing back through there just yet. Plushie around there. More computer consoles. This is where your NPC crew would work in Starfield. So keep that in mind. Now we can go towards here. I believe this is a bridge up front here. We do have a crew areas. Very nice. If we come through here, we do have the bridge control areas. Very, very cool. Air vents, making use of all these new blocks, which is really, really nice. We'll check out the cockpit in just a second. But if we kept going up here, we would have the actual airlock. So I'm just going to skip the ladder a second and go up here. There we go. So we do have the airlock thing here. My only complaint would be I wish we could seal this off so we could create like an actual seal on the airlock, because it meant you just vent the whole ship if you opened it there, which would be a little bit dangerous. I'm loving use for hazard warning signs as well. Again, something else very recently added in the Space Engineers automations update that's looking really cool. Right, let's drop down. There we go. Boom. Now, if we take a look here, let's hop in. Right. So we are in control of the frontier now. So we've also got a camera up front here. We can sort of pivot around to see where we're going. So you could fly in this mode if you really wanted to. There's also jump drive controls on this button. Landing go on. Very, very nice. I'm not sure if we can do this. Can we lock these? They aren't able to lock at the minute. Okay, so we'll go back to this. Now, we need to take off. Here we go. We can take off. Now, I do believe we retract landing gears by pressing 6. There we go. Gears are retracting. And if we press number 5, we switch from VTOL mode into that. There we go. We're now in flight mode. You can see they are a little bit changing here, but it's just locking into place. And now we can take the ship on a bit of a fly down. Let's see how well she handles. So I'll open my HUD a second. So it goes or accelerates rather fast. It's a warship blockade over there. I need to ignore that. We have weapons, but we won't use them just yet. How about when slowing down? What? I wonder if we can use the sort of VTOL thrusters to slow down, because they should be able to use if we went to like commence a landing on the surfaces. Let's try that. If we switch to VTOL mode, these should eventually kick in and allow us to land. We're coming in for like a pretty hot landing here. We are going to hit the surface, I think. Can we pull it off? We might be able to. We're slowing down a little bit. Ooh, okay, right. Deploy gear. No, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. Deploy landing gear. Ooh, this is like it's a close landing right now. So again, landing the gear in this is a bit difficult because using subgrids, Space Engineers likes to bounce off it a little bit. Now, I've turned the damage on this world just to avoid any issues. But it's kind of really hard to actually land these. You kind of have to like aim it particularly well. Like I said, I tried spamming a button. It just doesn't want to lock at a minute. But again, it's more an issue with sort of grids conflicting and things like that. And we can deploy the ramp as well. So if I press number 7... Is it 7? Oh no, wrong button. Number 7 here. Ramp does deploy, and then we can sort of deploy our ground forces and go from there. See? Very nice. And then we can retract all up again. And go into orbit. Ta-da! So this is the Frontier from Starfield. If you do want to download it, it is available via the Steam Workshop, and I think this is one of the best builds I've seen in Space Engineers in a long, long time. I'm so excited for Starfield, and also I can't wait to see what Space Engineers players do in that game, because we're going to be crashing that rock, because we've been used to customizing our ships, oh dear, for so long now. It's going to be great to see what we can do in Starfield when we play it. Are you going to download and get the game? If you're excited for more Starfield news, hit that follow and subscribe button, as I am doing a lot of Starfield content here on my Captain Jack channel, and you do not want to miss that. Okay, thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If not, hit that like and comment button, and do let me know what you think of this build. And I will see you in the verse very soon. Goodbye.